Hi folks, so I've had a great weekend with it being my wife's birthday. God, I can't see anything, the sun's in my face, so I hope you can see me. Anyway, yeah, I had a great weekend for my wife's birthday with family and nieces and sisters, and lovely. So, I saw an article which I read briefly in the Independent newspaper. Saw it online this morning, that said the retirement age in the UK is raising to the age of 68. This will only affect people under the age of 47 at the moment, so it won't affect me, but it won't affect me anyway. There's a lot of people kicking off about it. We shouldn't have to work longer. Now, I don't want to get into the politics of all of this, but what is really weird is that it's currently 67, but initially the age that we think of as being retirement age of 65, that was set when the average age of life was 66. So the government, I don't know which government it was at the time, set the age at 65. So we would just have 1 year of retirement. Now these are just, surely that is more disgraceful than the current system, because we're now living well into our 80s and we're being asked to work a year longer. But as I said, it won't affect me. It won't affect me for two reasons. One, I'm self-employed and I'm semi-retired anyway. But I've never been of the opinion since the 80s and working in sales that the national insurance contributions would be there for me when I was to retire. So I've always tried to, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that the shadow isn't in my face when I'm talking. I've always tried to make sure that I've been entrepreneurial and make sure that I was in a positive financial state. Whether we like it or not, we need to be in a positive financial state. If we're not, then you've got serious problems. Some people want to work for a living, others want things given to them. I've asked people, I'm going to try and move out of the sun because this is killing me. Whoa. Let's see if that's any better. Make sure I don't stand in anything. Oh God, that's better. I couldn't see a thing. It was driving me mad. People do the lottery to try and win millions, but then they won't want to work for those millions. Now, I don't get that. You're willing to gamble £2 a shot now on the chance of winning $1 million, but you're not willing to put hard work in. Both systems, whether it's hard work or gambling, could give you that financial freedom so that you're not going to fall into the category of having to work to the age of 68 or 67 or whatever arbitrary figure the government picks out of the hat at the time. But come and work for me. You could spend 50 quid, get a fully stocked website, a professional website, and retire in 10 years. Retire in 5 years if you wanted to. It doesn't matter what age you are. It's what I've done. It's what I'm doing. And it's the way forward. When I was a kid in the early 80s, people said, get a trade. That's the future. You'll never be unemployed if you've got a trade. Work for a big company. Make sure you're in a factory or down the pit or on the building sites. You'll never be unemployed in these situations. Get employed, as I say, with a big company. Debenhams, Marks and Spencers, Woolworths at the time. Well, in my local town, Marks and Spencers are closing down its branch. I've had a bricks and mortar shop for the last 7 years. For the last 2 of those years, people were coming into the shop to ask if we had a website, which we did, luckily. And I was saying to my wife, the future is here. They come into the shop, pick up a leaflet to walk out to order online. Toys R Us. When I first got my first degree, I got through to the final round of management interviews. I didn't get a job with them, but I'm not bothered. But they've gone bust. Woolworths have gone bust. C&A have gone bust. Debenhams are closing shops. Poundland's gone. All these massive, massive companies can't maintain a presence on the high street. Independent companies, like I was, couldn't maintain a presence on the high street. The future is not on the high street anymore. The future is not with big companies that can provide you with a pension and make you work to 67 or 68. The future is self-employment and online. That is what the future is. Whether you want to hear these things or not, I'm saying it as I see it through my eyes. And you know, if you want to better your life, that is the way to go. Is to be self-employed in some manner. And we used to call it cottage industries, and I think that's coming back. 100 years ago, it was cottage industries. I think that's coming back. What time is it now? 10:30, 11 o'clock-ish. I'm out walking my little doggy in the sun. I don't have to rush back anywhere. I'm going to go to the gym for a swim when I get back home, and then I'll do a couple of hours, and then I'll play my guitar, or I'll do some painting that I'm working on, and that's my day. I'm nobody special. A lot of you know the upbringing that I've had, so there's nothing, you know, there really isn't anything special about me at all. But come on, guys, you know, it's the future. The future is in being self-employed in some way. And if you wanted to open a franchise, say with McDonald's or something like that, it'll cost you £1 million to open a franchise to get a little McDonald's cafe and poison people with bad health. Whereas working with me, beside me, you can do that for £50 and provide health and wealth. How cool is that? When people ask me what do, I provide health and wealth. I'll help you get healthy and I'll help you get wealthy. Who wants to work for the next 30 or 40 years till they're 70? There are plenty of people who are 70 in the mid-70s who are still working. Most because they choose to, because they don't know what to do with their spare time. I know what to do with my spare time. I've never been bored. I've never been bored in my life. There's always something to do. And if it's not working in some fashion, it's doing the things that I love to do. So I'll leave you with that thought, whether it's retiring at 67 or 68 or 70 by the time it gets there. Why not in 10 years? Why not be fully retired in 10 years? Completely doable. If you want to know how, send me a message below. See you guys. Bye.